This is Sound in Your Ears, a mix of trivia and clues to help you discover 3 Paul McCartney recordings from his epic post-Beatles career, plus 1 bonus track from the deeper end of his discography. Despite riding the bus to school with George Harrison even before they were Beatles bandmates, Paul has relatively few solo songs that intersect with George's career. This deceptively simple song from 2026's The Boys of Dungeon Lane finds Paul reminiscing about taking a hitchhiking road trip with George in the late 1950s. Paul has told the story of George getting zapped during the trip when he sat on the battery of a delivery truck between the driver and passenger seats. When he talked to George's widow, Olivia Harrison, about it, she said George told her it was Paul who got the shock to his bottom. The truth may be lost to unreliable memories, but Paul and George will forever be linked. On 2005's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, Paul included this song inspired by his friend. Sometimes when he writes, Paul tries to imagine himself as another artist he admires. For instance, he had Ray Charles in mind when he wrote The Long and Winding Road. In this case, Paul felt like he was channeling George from the other side. Our bonus track slots in one spot early this time around. At the Concert for George, filmed and recorded in London on November 29, 2002, Paul sang lead on this Harrison blues number from the Let It Be album. Among George's many friends and collaborators included on the recording are Ringo Starr, Jeff Lynne, Eric Clapton, Billy Preston, Jim Keltner, Klaus Voormann, son Danny, and too many others to name. George's life and music touched millions more. George loved to play the ukulele, so when Paul began adding one of Harrison's greatest Beatles songs to his concerts, it was only natural he would bring out his own ukulele. This performance was captured in Tampa, Florida on May 15, 2002, and included on the Back in the US album later that year. Paul also performed the song at the Concert for George and has continued to make it a special part of his live shows to this day. Good luck figuring out this Macca Mini mix and getting some sound in your ears.